Welcome to the Tech Mechanic. Today's breakdown is part of our Azure Architecture Master Series. If you want the full roadmap, then hit the playlist from the start. With that said, let's dive into today's topic. Imagine you upload a photo to Azure Blob Storage. Immediately, a thumbnail is generated. An email is sent. AI analyzes the image. No one manually checks the storage account. So how does Azure know that a new file was uploaded? The answer is Azure Event Grid. Without events, applications constantly ask, has a file been uploaded? Has something changed? This is called polling. Polling wastes resources and increases costs. There has to be a better way. Azure Event Grid is a fully managed event routing service. Instead of applications constantly checking for changes, Azure automatically notifies interested services whenever an event occurs. Imagine waiting for a parcel. You don't open your door every minute to check. The courier rings the doorbell. Only then do you respond. Azure Event Grid works exactly like that. It notifies applications only when something happens. An event is simply something that happened. Examples include a file uploaded, a user registered, a payment completed, a virtual machine deleted. Event Grid distributes these events to interested applications. Azure Event Grid receives events from many Azure services: storage accounts, virtual machines, resource groups, Azure Kubernetes Service, IoT Hub, and many more. Once Event Grid receives an event, it immediately delivers it to one or more event handlers. These could be Azure Functions, Logic Apps, Webhooks, or even Azure Service Bus. A customer uploads a product image. Blob Storage generates an event. Event Grid instantly delivers it to Azure Functions. The function creates a thumbnail automatically. No polling. No manual checks. When an order is delivered, multiple actions can happen automatically. Send an email. Update loyalty points. Refresh analytics dashboards. Event Grid notifies every interested service immediately. Azure Service Bus is designed for reliable business messaging. Azure Event Grid is designed for fast event notifications. Understanding this difference is essential for every solution architect. Instead of applications calling each other directly, they simply publish events. Any interested application can subscribe and react independently. This is event-driven architecture. A bank approves a customer loan. Event Grid immediately notifies the email system, the CRM, the reporting platform. Each system reacts independently. Modern enterprises use Event Grid as the central event router. Different services subscribe only to the events they need. This keeps applications loosely coupled and highly scalable. Now let's open the Azure portal. We'll create an Event Grid topic, configure an event subscription, and see how Azure automatically routes events. First, log into your Azure portal. Head up to the top search bar, type in Event Grid System Topics, and select it from the list. Once the page loads, click the Create button in the top left to start setting up our topic. Now, let's fill out the basics. Select your active subscription and choose the resource group where your project lives. Under Topic Details, give your system topic a clear name. For the topic type, make sure to select Microsoft Communication Services. Next, select your specific Azure Communication Services instance from the resource dropdown. Hit Review plus Create, verify your settings, and click Create. Great! Now that the deployment is complete, open up your newly created Event Grid system topic. From the Overview page, click on Plus Event Subscription. Give your subscription a unique, recognizable name. Next, look for Filter to Event Types. This is where we pick our voice events. Open the drop-down and select the events you want to track, like recording file status updated, call started, or call ended. Scroll down to Endpoint Details and change the endpoint type to Webhook. Click on Select an endpoint and paste your target webhook URL right here. If your endpoint requires security, switch over to the Additional Features or Authentication tab. Here, you can quickly toggle Microsoft Entra ID and input your application ID and tenant ID. Once everything looks good, click Confirm Selection and then hit Create at the bottom of the page. And that's it. Your system is now listening for voice events. Notice how Azure services work together. Blob Storage publishes the event. Event Grid distributes it. Azure Functions processes it. Service Bus handles business workflows if needed. Each service has a specific responsibility. Use Azure Event Grid whenever something happens, and other applications simply need to be notified. Think. File uploaded. VM created. Order delivered. User registered. These are perfect Event Grid scenarios. Azure Event Grid is the backbone of event-driven applications. Instead of continuously checking for changes, applications react instantly when events occur. That's why modern cloud architectures rely heavily on Event Grid. Whether your goal is to become a solution architect, cloud architect, AI architect, or simply a better software engineer, TheTechMechanic is your learning destination. Like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay ahead in your tech journey.